Hi, Kevin Henry, the Group Editorial Director for UBM Medica's Dental Division, and I'm on a Google Hangout today with John Tobin from 3M ESPE. How are you today, John?
I'm doing great, Kevin. Thanks for having me here today.
Absolutely. Would you just tell our viewers a little bit about what you do with 3M ESPE?
Sure. So I work for 3M's ESPE Dental Division here in St. Paul, Minnesota. I am the director of the U.S. business, so my responsibilities are the sales and marketing organization for the United States.
Sounds great. I really appreciate you taking a few minutes to chat with me today. And I know that we're going to talk about innovation because, I see that these innovative company rankings that keep coming out every year, and, there's death, taxes, and 3M ESPE at the top of these innovative rankings. There are just certain things that I can count on every year. So would love to talk to you about 3M ESPE's role with innovation, and tell me why you think that 3M ESPE is always at the top of these innovative dental company rankings every year.
So it's not death and taxes because it's only been 10 years, and I'm sure death and taxes have lasted a little bit longer than that. But yeah, I have the pleasure or the tremendous task to continue on the role of the 10 years of the most innovative company in the dental space. But it's not just about our dental business. What is great is the company that's behind this. So we're not just a dental company. We're not even just a medical company, but we're a science company. And you look at all of the different divisions that make up 3M Company, we all rely on each other for technology and innovation. An example of that is, we look at ceramics and adhesives and abrasives. Those are used in our industrial business as much as they're used in our dental business. So we're able to rely on each other in order to build and develop that type of technology.
So you talked a little bit about the partnership, but how do you all define innovation, or how do you all decide what innovation?
So that's a really good question, because innovation now is used by a tremendous amount of companies. So everybody says they're innovative. And in fact, we've even changed kind of how we want to express ourselves to the general public. And if you've looked at our most recent either websites or information on 3M, we're rolling out a completely new brand strategy around 3M Science. So we talk about 3M Science applied to life. So it's every company, every person, every home, you're going to find 3M technology. What's great about 3M is the technology doesn't reside in the division. It's a corporate asset. It's not a divisional asset. So when we talk about what we're doing with adhesives, it's technology that we are using that holds wings onto airplanes, kind of that same basic technology. And what's really cool is one of our technology leaders a couple of years ago developed a really good chart that explains it. If you remember your old periodic table that you remember from high school and grade school, I won't ask you to repeat any of those in order. 3M has mimicked that and has shown the different technologies that make up all of the 3M innovation that we have. So it's a really cool tool to show.
It's very cool, and I've been up there. I've seen the Innovation Center, and I mean, it's a fascinating place to see how everything within 3M ESPE kind of benefits the other divisions. It really is pretty cool. Absolutely.
So I get to ask you one question.
Okay.
What was the coolest thing you saw at the Innovation Center? And then I'll tell you what I thought was the coolest thing.
Wow. Honestly, a lot of the reflective technology, just to be perfectly honest with you, and I'm not sure if there's really a dental niche with that, but some of the things that you all are doing just to make driving safer, and with a teenage daughter who drives, I appreciate anything that does that, trust me.
So that's my old division that I was in before I came over to dental, was all about reflective products. And we always said if it glows at night and the government uses it, that's us. So in the dental division, maybe we can do something with our sister division at Unitech and make braces reflective.
You know what? I will hop in on you with that anytime for an investment there, because I think those would be some fun ones to do, no doubt.
So here's the one that I thought was the coolest, and it comes from being a marketer at heart, is the boot that landed on the moon. So if you remember the boot, we made the bottom of that boot, that material that they used from insulating properties and what have you. But I said the biggest thing was we should have put 3M on the bottom of that boot because it'd still be on the moon right now. So
that's some awesome brand marketing there.
Just an advertising opportunity there.
That, It really, seriously, it was amazing to me, just all the different areas that you all touch that we don't on a daily basis realize. It's just fascinating to me.
Well, it's kind of the basis of this company. You know, a lot of times, you know, we're not out there talking about that as much as we should. But you know, they say the old adage, you're never 10 feet away from a 3M product anywhere where you're sitting or where you're traveling. So I'm lucky to be part of that organization.
Well, obviously, you all have a lot of customers. How important do you feel that innovation is to those customers?
Well, a lot of what we do is again, we want to look at ourselves as a consultant to those customers, be it the end user, be it through our distribution channels that we have here in dental, but asking the question, not showing them what's new, but asking them the question of what's your biggest challenge today? And is 3M able to help satisfy that? Now, a lot of the times we have our engineers and our scientists that we leave in their laboratories developing items, but where we find innovation, where we find solutions, is when we are with the end user. In our case, the dentist. You know, how can we help their outcomes be not only predictable, but also successful, and helps them in terms of managing their time, because they have a difficult task all day. So talking to the customer, talking to the end user, sometimes as well talking to the patient, because sometimes, you know, again, we have a challenge in this industry of people don't go to the dentist as much as they should.
Absolutely.
You even look at people that have wonderful dental coverage. I would estimate 40 to 50% of those people don't even go to the dentist. And that's the challenge, that we've got to talk to them about, why are you not doing that? And how can we work with the dentist to make that a more, if you want to call it, an enjoyable experience? Mm-hmm. So there's also innovation in that regard that is really focused at the patient as well.
So tell me, what's harder for you all? Is it innovation or is it execution?
Well, I'd say you can call it chicken and egg. You can call it the yin and the yang. They both serve in a very important role, because you can look at, I can be the most innovative scientist in the world, but if I make something that nobody cares about, it doesn't matter how well your execution is. So it's a matter of two things. One is, we have to make sure the products that we innovate, the solutions that we develop, are just spot on in terms of solving that dental need. And then the execution becomes a really, really good part and an exciting part. You look at kind of our most recent launch of our Filtech bulk fill, right? It's a product we launched last year, but boy, is the dentist community is really jumping at it. They see how it helps them. And if you're inventing the right products for the solution for that end user, your execution can become that much more easy.
And last question for you. You know, we started our conversation talking about every year you're named the most innovative company in dentistry. Is that a tradition now for you all, and does it add additional pressure, or does that even factor into your daily activities?
No, it absolutely does. I mean, it's what we do. And that's kind of the challenge when we go and see customers, is they always, what's new? What have you got? And, you know, I'd hate to say I'm the guy that the 10-year streak was broken on, right? You know, I do not want to be that person. So yeah, there's pride involved in here. There's a challenge involved in here. And we've got great peer organizations that we compete against every day. They're smart, they're well-funded. So I consider it a challenge. And yeah, it does play a role, because we take the innovation award and the innovation recognition very close to our hearts, because that's what this company is all about. And when you get recognized by third parties for that, it validates all that hard work.
Well, John, again, congratulations on, like I said, what's becoming a yearly occurrence, and obviously tremendous 3M products that I always look forward to Midwinter or Greater New York or the ADA to see what you all have come up with next.
Okay. Well, we look forward to exceeding your expectations as we move forward.
All right, John, thank you so much for the time. Appreciate the chat.
Thank you very much.